Why are Christians struggling with marriage? I'm here to talk about it. My name is Dr. Alduan Tartt. I'm a Christian psychologist, been doing this 23 years, merging mental health and faith. And when we think about Christians struggling with marriage, like a lot of times we're like, why would someone who's Christian has been taught, how to do marriage in the scriptures? Why would we ever struggle at marriage? Why would you ever struggle at marriage? And if anyone's been in a relationship, you don't even have to be married. I think you can understand why. Now, let's start with the Bible. Now, I'm going to read, right? So the Bible's like First Corinthians 13. Let's start with verse 4. You hear this at every single wedding. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. Come on, y'all. Y'all know this. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Love never fails. So, if we've been taught that in the Bible, why is it that we are struggling? Christians are struggling the same way as non believers when it comes to divorce. Now, I do think the numbers are a little bit higher for faith communities, but they're not much higher. I think the last stat I saw was I think the divorce rate was around 30 to 40% in the world, and then about maybe 25 35% within the Christian community. So a difference, but not much of one. And I think if you're married for longer than a day, I think you longer than a month, or even in a relationship trying to get married, you're able to see that you need skills, you need faith and works, right? You can believe that scripture, but how do you actually apply it, right? And I want to give you some skills right now so that you can be able to apply this to your relationship, to your marriage, because I want you to be amazing. So number one thing we're not doing enough connection. We're not connecting. How much time have you spent with your spouse? I want you to sit down one on one with your spouse and just connect it. I'm not talking about the kids. I'm not talking about work. I'm not talking about the business of the family, but just sat down and gotten into what's going on in each other's head and hearts. Number two, not enough support, right? The whole goal of marriage is two is better than one. That's in Ecclesiastes. Verse 4, verse 9, two is better than one, for we get better return for our labor. So if we're going to get in a marriage, are we self-seeking or are we seeking to help our partner to level up? And if you're doing that for me and I'm doing that for you, we're going to be good. And number three, I said not enough support, but that's supposed to say not enough sacrifice. All right. So not enough sacrifice. Not enough sacrifice. Because if we're not sacrificing for one another, then what are we doing this for? There we go. All right, not enough sacrifice. Y'all got it. All right, real time edits up in this piece. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, because I've seen couples, come into this office every single day, and I do a lot of training on this, of course. And they say, yeah, we believe God. We don't have we need to keep God more at the center. We don't have a problem with doing that. We just need to know how to keep God at the center in this crazy world that we live in. All right, you feel me? So let's go to solution number one. All right, we need to increase connection just 10 minutes a day, or you can do something called stack dating. So, one, the main thing is the main thing. Deion Sanders did a video and they were asking for his marriage advice. And I said, well, Dion, what went wrong? How are you making this marriage work and not your last? Right. And Dion said, you know what? I didn't keep the main thing. And the main thing was maintaining a connection with my wife. She kept saying, hey, baby, let's spend time. Hey, babe, let's go do this. Hey, babe, let's build some time into our schedule to where we can connect with one another and talk and really get into what's going on in each other's worlds because I'm feeling distant. I'm feeling like we don't talk enough. And he was like, what are you talking about? We have this big old house. We have money. You see me all the time. But he said that when it came down to it, absolutely, she was asking for the things that the marriage needed. And he was just too immature, too self-absorbed to understand it, and there was great pain caused to him because he didn't listen to what was needed, and he's telling the younger guys on the podcast not to do that. So the homework I want for you is I want you to knock out 10 minutes a day. And think about it, it's not a lot. 10 minutes a day where you and your spouse just sit down and you talk. And I don't mean about the bills, about what's going on. Nobody wants to hear that every day. I want to know what's going on in your world right now. If I was talking to my wife today, I want to talk to her about the Hawks. It's this new guy that's been shooting the lights out at Summer League. And I want to say, I think he has a shot to make the team. And I'm excited about that. And my wife probably wants to talk to me about how her training is going. She has a new job right now and she's in a really intense training. She probably wants to talk about it. Right. Or we might talk about our show that I tried to watch. I guess, God don't like ugly. I tried to watch a show without my wife. I know she's in training. I know she's not watching TV. I tried to watch, what's that show with Idris Elba that's on Apple TV? Hostage. I think it's called Hostage, right? Where they taking over a plane. You know what I'm talking about? Whatever the name of that show. I'm trying to do it right because I don't want to ever do wrong by my brother Idris. But hijack. Yeah, I looked at my phone. Hijack. All right. But I want to talk to her about that. So those things matter. Like you think like, okay, that's trivial, but man, isn't that what we signed up for, to pay attention to our spouses? How can I be so busy with business, the kids, mom, dad, stress, life, a game, talking to your girlfriends or whatever? How can you spend more time with your girlfriends than your man? How can you spend more time playing a game, talking to your wife, your girlfriend? And it's cool to do those things, but we need to make sure the main thing is the main thing. But my wife and I keep it real. Sometimes we don't have 10 minutes in the day. I'm just going to be honest. So what we do is we stack date. That means that we pick a Saturday and we block off 9 to 12, right? And so we have 3 dates, or our extended date, or we might go on vacation a lot, right? Or we might just have a whole day or a half day. You get what I'm saying? So we stack dates. So we'll have 2 or 3 things that we'll do. So dinner, and then we might go play putt-putt golf, or we'll do movies and a dinner, or we might go walking in the park, and then actually do something physical right after that. So y'all know what I mean by physical. You get what I'm saying? So you have to stack date. Y'all got it? All right, number two. All right, build up each other's life dreams. Right? We got married to support one another. Like it's part of the culture right now. Power couple, couples goals. Well, we want to level up together. Like, what's the point of being in a marriage? And one of you is leveling up all the time and the other one is not. That's not how we want. We're one flesh when we got married, right? Two become one. So I want you to level up and you want me to level up. Like right now, yo, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm holding it down, right? I'm praying for my wife as she is pursuing her passion. She is finally secured. Wife has always been great in sales, but now she's in a sales position that's going to allow her to be able to help with people's heart health, y'all. So she is extremely excited about being able to save lives, right? And so we talk about that. And I've been, hey, babe, you studying? You in these books? I'm holding it down over here. And my wife is like, look, babe, I know you have this tremendous desire to teach. Are you blocking off time to make sure you're doing that in addition to seeing your clients? When we sit down and we have a conversation about supporting one another's dreams, don't you understand that we're more powerful? Two is better than one. We can defend ourselves better. If someone attacks, we can stand back to back, or we can sit up there and we can plan together. You feel me? I hope y'all excited. Number three, you have to be willing to sacrifice evenly for the good of the marriage. Can you sacrifice? Right? And I'm talking to my brothers. A lot of times, because of this old school notion of marriage, we believe that our wife should be able to support what we're doing above what we're supposed to support for her. And wives, sometimes you play the role. Girlfriend, sometimes you play the role of taking care of the kids and dialing down what you need to do, taking care of your husband's needs and dialing down your needs. But the problem with that is that we got into marriage for it to be mutually beneficial. And if one person is always sacrificing, it's not going to feel good and it's not going to be good. And you're ultimately going to have conflict and maybe even mention the D word when you should be focusing on staying together, right? For unhappiness. So I need you to sacrifice evenly. I do want you to keep record of sacrifices just to make sure that it's even. Like right now, my wife is in a training in Minnesota. I'm holding it down in Atlanta with 3 kids. Okay, that's not true. My oldest daughter is she's in California right now. Took her to the airport, right? She's visiting her grandparents, right? So I'm with the youngest two. I'm with my 7-year-old and I'm with our 7-year-old and with our doing the math, 17-month-old, y'all. No, 19-month-old. My goodness. That man is 19 months old, right? So I'm holding it down, right? While she's out there, getting the bag, getting the training, being energized, competing with other sales reps. Y'all know how it goes in sales. I'm holding it down. I'm cooking breakfast. I'm not cooking dinner. I'm ordering dinner. I'm doing hair, right? I'm dropping off to where they need to be dropped off. I'm actually enjoying it right now for a short amount of time, right? And I have to do it 3 times this month, 3 times. This first time right now is 3 days, and I have to do a week, then she's back, and then another week. And so I'm gonna make it happen because mutual sacrifice. My wife has sacrificed for me. My wife has definitely held it down with the kids when I am working on a book, when I am working on a big project, when I am seeing a client, when this phone rings because one of my clients has an emergency, when I'm being flown out to be able to do ministry or psychology or media, whatever these different shows. Someone has to hold it down with the kids, right? And so we take turns. That's what modern day marriage is all about. All right. So those 3 tips, you get it. I gave it to you in under 12 minutes, y'all. Other 12 minutes. Do you understand? Let's back it up. I need you to increase connection. All right. Let's get in tune and feel one another. More than I want to be loved, I want you to feel me. You don't have to agree. Just feel what's on my head and heart right now, even if it's something superficial about the Atlanta Hawks. Okay. All right. 2, let's build up each other's life dreams. Isn't that what we signed up for? To be able to support one another. And that's that marital equity. Everyone talks about the ball and chain of marriage. No one talks about the marital equity, the Michelle and Barack, the Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, LeBron James. I mean, we're able to actually make each other's dreams come true, right? The dream for a family, dream to elevate a brand, to open up a school. Y'all feel me? All right. And then number 3, I need y'all to sacrifice. I need y'all to sacrifice. I need you to take the sacrifice. And you want more information, just go to drtartt.com for more videos like this. But if you take the sacrifice, right, and you're able to say, I'm going to hold this down for my man, for my king and my queen, and you sacrifice for me, then we're going to have a blessed relationship and a blessed marriage. All right. So y'all got it. Let's really do marriage and relationships the right way, God's way, so that God's people can have healthy marriages and not even think about divorce. Take care. God bless.